All right, Kenman here, and today we have an undercover unboxing. This is not a Civivi. What is it? Well, it is from the Laid Off Pete collection. What an inflection you have put on the words you have said. Shut up, Kenman. Open the box. It's not a box, it's a label. Okay, this is crazy. I should start over. Never. Civivi. Nope. Laid Off Pete. Unboxing. Here we go. Boom. What is this? This is the Tuya Wrath Titanium S90V Sagaya pattern glorious knife. What is wrong? We're having a fun one today here, kids. Yep, Laid Off Pete sent me home with a few of his knives when I hooked up with him in Wisconsin. This is one of them, getting through the rest of his knives, get them shipped back to him here. This is the first Tuya on the channel, and this is the Wrath. We have an S90V on the blade with a dual grind here, kind of a hollow grind there, and then a secondary grind up on the top. Little swedge up there. Oof. What a cool looking knife. Let's soak it in. Titanium Sagaya pattern on the handle. Full frame lock. Front flipper. Boom. Thumb studs. Bam. Finger flick. Hooah! Kind of do an adjustment. Grab over here. No problem. So here's another one of those examples of a frame lock. Putting any pressure on that with your thumb, and I can't flick it out. So with the right hand, I can thumb it out, no problem. I can Spidey flick it out easily because we're not putting that pressure on that lock. There are some locks that are like that on occasion that don't do that. As a lefty, I will search those out. If I find a knife that I really like this, like this, sure. But it does have that scenario with the lock. I tend to not want it as much. I like being able to do that flick out, and when it's possible, but it isn't because I have to get my hands completely separated away from that lock, it's not as enjoyable for opening. Doesn't mean I don't like this knife. This knife is really cool. That action right there is fun. Front flipper, great. Can I index front flip? No problem at all. See, that is actually really easy. That almost eliminates the other desire because you could just do that every time. Nice little choke up spot on there for getting in some tight work. Not a lot of jimps, kind of has a crown, like a little bit of a softened up spine right there. There's some jimps back here that you can kind of feel with your thumb, but you can't, not when you're on the choke up spot. It kind of disappears because your thumb moves up a little bit. And those are more for the front flipper over anything because they kind of disappear inside that handle. You can't feel them as much. And I like jimps all the way out to there. So for me, it's, give me some more jimps. Styling is great. Design is really cool. Nothing really distracting. Says S90V right there, DW, and then you have the Tuya logo on that pivot. Looks like the pivot has a kind of a zircotite or something on that collar. You notice that right there? A little extra touch on there on this particular version. Boom. It is fun to open even though I can't do that. Clip cannot be swapped to the other side. Does have a titanium backspacer, and the clip all kind of match with this bronzish, kind of dull bronze finish. That texture is actually milled in as well, so that feels really deep, which is nice. It's got a good feel. Gives it a good grip. Actually, really like that. What knives from Tuya should I be looking at? Anybody have one of these? What do they think about it? Boom. Fun action. Blade is solid. No play there. Centered nicely. Detent is strong. Oof. Definitely solid. I don't think this is a talking, especially since I can barely get in there. Yeah, the detent on this is well done. It's once you get a little pressure behind that, when it releases, it just sends it out all the way. I think it'd be tough to fail this one. Even that index rollover is really satisfying. Choke up feels good too. Wow, that really blends in with the table. All right. Full size just about here, maybe not quite. 7 3/4 end to end. At an angle, you could say the blade is 3.5, but it is more about 3 3/8. Cutting surface is 3 1/8 with a nice big curve on the front of the belly with that dual grind. 4 3/8 on the handle. 0.11 blade thickness. 12. 11 there, but 12 here. Then back to 11. I wonder if they meant that to be 12 all the way across. Oh. So this little section right in here is about that 11-12 range. The little design relief on top and your dual grind in there. That hollow grind on that section. Oh yeah. 0.49 on the handle thickness. Thickest this way, 1.05, and on the blade, just under 0.99. Get some weight on this thing. Nice drop shut action. 3.95, a little bit of a beast on there. 3.29 on that Kaiser drop bear I compare everything with. So 3.95, just under 4 for this titanium almost full size. I like that. To me, that's a good weight. I like them to be a little bit heftier. My personal preference. Some people like them lighter. What do you prefer? Kaiser drop bear is a great daily user knife. I love it. Check it out. Good bug out killer size. So the Wraith is it Wraith or Wrath? It might be Wrath. I've been saying Wraith the whole time. There's no I in there, so it's probably Tuya Wrath. My bad. The Tuya handle is a little bit longer. Blade is a little bit longer as well. Handle maybe an 1/8. Blade maybe almost 1/4 of an inch longer. Thickness is about the same. But it's a good size. Not too big. Pretty close to that full size. Great user size if you ask me. I like. That front flipper is really nice. So I've been doing paper cut tests just for fun. See how it goes. Oh yeah, I don't know, because this is out of his collection, how much he's used this, but oh yeah, this is a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 9.5. How do you get a 10? There we go, that was just a wrinkle, but oh yeah, look at that little SE curve. This is a 9.5 almost, I'd say, out of 10 on the cutting. That is fantastic. Really enjoyable right there. And I got a stack full of cut up paper to prove it. There we have it. Tuya Wrath titanium S90V version with the Sagaya. Really cool stuff. Thanks again to Laid Off Pete for loaning me a few of your cool knives to enjoy and share with everybody. Get some of these done, get them all mailed back to them. Oof, what do we think of this one? I dig it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.